Welcome to Namugongo Primary Boarding School, a home of wonders and joys. I am Nasuna Felicia Esther, and on behalf of all my colleagues, we are privileged to be cast on your show. Being in Namugongo, we have learned so many academic values, but not leaving behind the cultural values and also the religious values. We are taught in all those skills, and we have grown to be women of substance, not only in academics, but also in religious affairs. Being in Namugongo, we have received very many different sacraments. For example, baptism, First Holy Communion, penance, and also confirmation. We have learnt a lot from these sacraments, and we learn to be faithful just as the Uganda martyrs were, and to continue training all the other people outside there to love their religion and faith.
Thank you, Felicia. Today, among all generations, Uganda lifts her head high because of these Christian martyrs. Yes, obviously, we have heard of saints all over the world, across the seas, from the Great Britain, from Wales, even from Nauru. But today, Uganda is out there in the world, starting from Pope Paul VI, who was able to canonize our first saints. We lift our heads high with great privilege.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Nakatu Antonia. I'm also the head of liturgy prefects in my school. I'd like to talk about the Uganda martyrs. We really feel for their sacrifice, and some of us here feel that sacrifice is just a small thing, but in faith, we learn that having strong faith is a strong belief in God, and we have a Uganda martyr who intercedes for us throughout any prayer we make, mostly as the candidates. We really feel that he's really doing something in our lives, and he's making a mark in our lives, and that's Saint Kizito. He has really worked, he sacrificed, and being burnt to ashes, as you're seeing, is not an easy thing, because even touching a candle is not easy. So we really feel up for their sacrifice. I'd like to invite my friend to also add on what I've said.
Thank you, Antonia. My name is Mbonimpa Phyllis Chirunga, a pupil of Primary 7 in Namugongo Primary Boarding School. So, I'm here talking about the Uganda martyrs. The Uganda martyrs were very noble, courageous young men who accepted to die for their faith in God. We actually emulate their characters because courage is not something that everyone has. Through their death, we actually learn how to be courageous and always have our faith in God. As the candidates, we always call upon the name of Saint Kizito, such that he may help us in our concentration, in all the lessons that we always have, such that in our PLE we may always have the good aggregates that we always desire.
Name is Nangosha Cecilia, a Primary 7 candidate 2025. I've come here to talk about why the different whites and all that come to Namugongo Shrine to celebrate Uganda Martyrs Day. We look at people from the world, Great Britain, the USA, come to the Uganda Martyrs Shrine to come and celebrate that special day the Uganda Martyrs were burnt to ashes. You wonder why they go all through those sacrifices. If you well know a pilgrimage, most people walk. We have seen people last year come to Uganda Martyrs Shrine with legs from Nebi district. You can imagine that long distance.
We would have the question that, why do all those people move all the way from that far, trek on legs to come to the Namugongo Shrine? This is a great question of faith, because these people have strong faith in the Lord, and by the picture the Uganda martyrs showed to them that God is indeed real, and by the fact that they died for their faith in God, makes them trek all the way from Britain, on Mozambique, Kenya, on legs, and come to Uganda, the Namugongo Shrine. And by these pilgrimages, these people they bring money to Uganda. That you can look at the Namugongo Shrine. It is well developed. Why? Because of the money the pilgrims bring. So we really desire to be like the Uganda martyrs, and we treasure them a lot in our lives.
My name is Natkunda Lovin Victoria. and I thank you all for being here. People make very many journeys to places like Namugongo. Namugongo is a place where people converge so that they can pray. They pray in remembrance of the Uganda martyrs. These journeys are called pilgrimages. Pilgrimages are journeys of faith made by people of faith to strengthen faith. People strengthen faith so that they can live with God. God is a very good person who loves people. Everyone wants to be with God. Very many people want to go to heaven. These Uganda martyrs show us a very good example. They accepted to die so that they could join God in heaven. God in heaven is a very good person. That's why the Uganda martyrs did all this. These pilgrimages enable us to strengthen faith, and we should always have faith in God. Thank you.
So in reference of that, in Uganda, we have very many pilgrim sites. We have Chiwamirembe, we have Nkokonjeru, very many other places. But on 3rd June, we are going to be specifically celebrating Namugongo, of which that's where most of the Uganda martyrs died. So in Uganda, we have very many uses of this particular pilgrimage. This has brought, as my friend has said, it has strengthened people's faith in God and all that part of the faithful part of Uganda. That's why Uganda is even mentioned as a faithful country in its anthem. So we also have the part of being known. Actually, Uganda is known, yes, for its economic growth that's not so high and all that, those disadvantageous parts. But we also have this one advantage. That's where the Ugandans died for their faith, of which this is very, very helpful to our country in a way that the government is earning money. We are having these different ways of the pilgrimage. The pilgrimage enables people to get tourists and all that, which is a source of income to Uganda.
My name is Kwagala Abigail. I'm here today to talk about the Namugongo Shrine. By the way, have you heard of the school pilgrimage that will take place on 30th May 2025? Oh, I invite all of you to come and join us because we are going to the Namugongo Shrine, where we shall have all to know how the Uganda martyrs came into existence, how the Uganda martyrs were beheaded, some were murdered. So come and join us as we shall be there.
My name is Navide Pretty Maria, a candidate of Namugongo Primary Boarding School. It is such a privilege to come from a country where 22 saints were canonized at once. In this way, we also have what to talk about when we sit with other countries in our faith.
My name is Asimwe Maria Michelle, a pupil of Primary 7 in Namugongo Primary Boarding School. To add on what my colleague has said, as Ugandans, it is a great honor to have the Uganda martyrs. You can hear Uganda martyrs. This means they came from Uganda. It is not easy to be sacrificed because of your faith. But here the Uganda martyrs allowed to be sacrificed and crawled on their backs to the Namugongo Shrine. This is why it is called the Namugongo Shrine, because the Uganda martyrs crawled on their backs to the Namugongo Shrine. I would like to end by saying, have strong faith and believe in your God.
And we, St. Thereza's Namagunga Primary Boarding School of Lugazi Diocese, invite you all to join us as we make the school pilgrimage to Namugongo on 30th May this year.